Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Shipman News. Here I am only reading only newspaper articles. My purpose in improving my knowledge and English only, nothing else. Therefore, please support and guide me. This is our today article. Why are tensions high in the Arctic? Ice Cold War. The melting of Arctic Sea has promoted renewed interest in the region. The UK has repeatedly emphasized the strategic importance of the Greenland, Iceland, UK gap, a critical choke point for NATO's naval defense. US Plitflick space base upgraded early warning radar. UEWR solid state phase array all weather long range radar operating in ultra high frequency band. Boeing P and A position maritime patrols reconnaissance for anti-submarine warfare ASW base out of Keflavik. January 2024, Russian spy vessels Yantra in UK's water. Preventic. Who are the members of the Arctic Council? Why has the Arctic region become an area of interest now? What is the conflict around the Northwest Passenger? How was Russia made its presence known in the region? Francis Jacksnarsky explained the story so far. International observers have raised concern about escalating tension in the Arctic, warning that if left unchecked, they could eventually spark conflict in the region. What is happening? The Arctic, the northmost area of the planet, has remained largely isolated for centuries. However, as climate change accelerates the melting of ice caps, new strategic opportunities are emerging for global power. Beneath the frozen landscape lie untapped reserves of natural resources such as fossil fuels, rare earth elements, phosphates, and copper, as well as lucrative fishing ground. Most of these resources are currently inaccessible due to the year-round ice barriers, but as climate change destroys the Arctic environment, these resources and nearby trade routes will become increasingly viable. Unlike the Arctic's Antarctic, while is demilitarized and environmentally protected by a dedicated international treaty, the Arctic lacks similar legal safeguards and primarily governed by the UN Conventions on the Law of the Sea. UNCLOS, this allows nations to claim territory in the regions and deploy military infrastructure. In recent years, overlapping maritime claims and military posturing have exacerbated tension. Who is in control? The various island and coast area in the Arctic are controlled by the eight countries: Canada, Denmark through Greenland, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and the USA together. These nations from the Arctic Council, an international body tasked with protecting the environment, conducting scientific research, and safeguarding the interests of indigenous people in the region. These nations exercise sovereignty over the Arctic land and can also exploit resources within their exclusive economic zone (EEZs). The water between these territories fall under international jurisdiction, ensuring freedom of navigation. According to UNCLOS, nations can extend their claim to seabed beyond the 200 nautical mile (EEZ) if they can prove that the area is a natural prolongation of their continental shelf. Canada, Denmark, and Russia have all submitted overlapping claims to the Arctic seabed to the Nations Commission UN Commission on the limits of the continental shelf. Despite this territorial declaration, infrastructure in the Arctic remains underdeveloped with only a few operational ports along the coast. Among the Arctic Council members, Russia is the only country with a significant fleet of icebreaker indulging one which is nuclear powered, capable of navigating through the region's treacherous sea ice. Where do the tension arise? For months, new headlines have reported on USA President Donald Trump's renewed interest in acquiring Greenland from Denmark. He was described the world's largest island as a matter of national security and has questioned the legitimacy of Denmark's sovereignty over the territory. Greenland, which has been under Danish control for over 300 years, also hosts the USA Pacific military base. In January, the following Mr. Trump renewed interest. Denmark Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has pledged to bolster Greenland security and embark on a tour of European capital to seek support from allies. Additionally, tensions between the USA and Canada have risen following Mr. Trump's controversial comments about annexing Canada. Both nations have long disputed the status of Northwest Passage, a potential Arctic shipping route that winds through Canada's Arctic archipelago. Ottawa considers the passage parts of its internal water, granting its control over navigation, while Washington insists it falls under international jurisdiction, which means that any nation has freedom of navigation in the passage. Concern over potential conflict also extend to Russia and the remaining Arctic Council members. These members, apart from Russia, all belong to NATO. Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, relations within the Council have become increasingly strained. Russia officials, including Defense Committee of State Duma member Andriy Grulyov, have suggested that Norway's Arctic island of Svalbard should fall under Russian control. Meanwhile, observers state of the Arctic Council, including India, are closely monitoring development. The UK, for instance, has repeatedly emphasized the strategic importance of the Greenland Iceland UK GIOK gap, a critical choke point for NATO's naval defense. This passage is the only feasible route for Russian submarine attempting to access the Atlantic to potentially disrupt NATO shipping in case of conflict, making it a focal point of Western military planning. Why does the Arctic matter so much? Aside from ongoing resources, extradition interest in the Arctic surge followed a 2009 USA Geological Survey report estimated that the region holds 30% of the world undiscovered oil reserve and 30% of its untapped natural gas reserves. Most of these resources lie beneath the seabed, making maritime claim highly significant. Greenland also harbors some of the world's richest deposits of rare earth elements, which drew significant investment interest from Chinese companies in the early 2020s. However, many of these projects were later suspended due to environmental concerns or USA political pressure. The melting of Arctic sea ice also promoted interest into the opening of new commercial trade routes. The Northeast Passage, which runs along Russia's Arctic coast, in particular critical for Chinese trade. This route is stretching from the Bering Strait of Norway, could reduce the maritime distance between East Asia and Europe by approximately 80,000 kilometers compared to the traditional route through the Suez Canal. Navigating commercial shipping through this passage could save Beijing billions in transportation cost. However, the so-called Polar Silk Road would require Russia to grant Chinese ship access to its Arctic ports, a prospect Moscow has so far approached with caution. What lies ahead, aside from political declaration and territorial claims, some nations have taken concrete steps to assert their Arctic ambition. In 2007, Russia sent the Mir-1 submarine to the North Pole to plant a Russian flag on the seabed beneath the Arctic ice cap, a symbolic demonstration of its presence and capability. Moscow has also maintained a number of military bases in the Arctic, most of them dating back to the Soviet era. In 2022, it conducted joint naval exercise with Beijing in the East China Sea, which indicated strategic implications for Arctic security. China has also steadily become more vocal about its Arctic interest, declaring itself a near Arctic state in 2080 and planning the construction of its first unclear nuclear powered icebreaker since Sweden and Finland joined NATO following Russia's invasions of Ukraine. The alliance has intensified its military presence in the region, including large-scale exercises near the Russian border in Finland in 2024. Analysts have pointed out NATO's limited operational capability in the Arctic, raising concern about strategic imbalances. A temporary just continue to rise. Tension in the melting Arctic may soon reach a boiling point. Francis Jacques Snarsky is an interim at The Hindu. The gist: the Arctic, the northmost area of the planet, has remained largely isolated for centuries. However, as climate change accelerates the melting of ice caps, new strategic opportunities are emerging for global power. Interest in the Arctic surge following a 2009 USA Geological Survey report estimating that the region holds 30% of the world's undiscovered oil reserves and 30% of its unstable natural gas reservoirs. The various island and coastal areas in the Arctic are controlled by 8 countries: Canada, Denmark, through Greenland, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and the USA. Together, these nations form the Arctic Council, an international body tasked with protecting the environment, conducting scientific research, and safeguarding the interests of indigenous people in the region. So, guys, this is today video. Please like, comment, share. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for the more update and more video. Prepare for notification. Thanks for watching. We will return tomorrow next video. Jai Hind.